What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Swiss Boy, and he is from the UCA clan and part of the Owls division. They've got the Owls division, they've got the Lizards division. It's very scary. It's very, very scary. His partners today in the red color playing as Odin. His name is Shadowfax, and rounding out the team, imagining, oh, he's not playing as Loki. He's decided to shake things up here. He's playing as Oranos. His name is Hero OP. Their opponents today, Team Fury, spawning in the right side of the map, playing as Oranos in the yellow color. His name is Mike Torres. Their team is also consisting of, in the green color, playing as Odin, the only one, and in the purple color, pink color, Magneto color, whatever you want to call it, playing as Loki. His name is Pulsoso. Pretty dominating first game from UCA Owls. They hit a nasty, nasty timing on Team Fury, and they just couldn't manage to keep up. But a very, very different composition, this Fury team right now. They've gone away from the Greeks, and they've gone into what I would call an S-tier composition here. An S-tier composition. Loki, Odin, and Oranos. Let me explain why this composition is so S-tier. Well, firstly, it is mobile AF. It is so crazy mobile. But more importantly, this civilization covers for the weaknesses of everyone else. So, for example, Loki, a little bit slow to start. No problem. Odin's going to be there early if need be with Ulfsark, or the Oranos is going to be able to give some shockwaves, and you're going to be completely fine. Second part, Odin gets access to Skadi. So an enemy huge timing attack, say shifting sands from Set or Ra sort of timing, a flaming weapons timing from a Loki, some sort of bronze timing or underworld thing from a Zeus, that's covered by the Odin. Finally, it's a triple Mythic Age economic destruction composition. Gets access to Tartarian Gate or Vortex, that's going to destroy an economy. Gets access to Tyr, which is going to destroy an economy, and obviously Tyr as well, or even Hell, which is going to be able to give you a Nidhogg, which can also fly in and destroy economy. So that's the reasons why this is so strong. And guess what? We've basically got a very, very similar composition over here by Team UCA, except they've gone with the Zeus variant. Now, Zeus is not quite as good, I would say, as the Loki, but can definitely do some, definitely has some things that he can do, which say a Loki can't. So for example, the Athena Rush, very, very strong. Maybe also doing things like going for Centaur, getting a little bit annoying with those, can be really, really good as well. But we'll see exactly what Swiss Boy has got in store for us as Shadowfax advancing relatively fast here. He's going through Freya. We see Prometheus coming through for the Oranos players. No surprises there, as Hersa starting to come out, and everything else is going to be decided in the near future here. There is, oh, that's a super, super late temple there from Pelisoso. I would say normally that the temple, the timing that you get to the classical age doesn't matter that much for Loki, because you can be building Hersa while you're advancing to the classical age, so it doesn't matter. But you should be still looking for like a 440, 445 classical age at the very latest here, as the game continues along. If we take a look at the relics on the map, there are so many relics to go through that there's almost no point. But we do see Ring of Nibelung here. That's going to be the gold increased relic. Hardest Folly here, giving your scouts more scouting shenanigans. The Ankh of Ra here, actually a really, really big pickup for an Odin player, giving an extra little bit of favor trickle where they otherwise wouldn't be able to get that. The Wedget Eye over here, making myth units cheaper. We've also got the Monkey Head and a whole bunch of other crazy good stuff going on this map, as we're starting to see those longhouses dropped over here and everything else. If we move up onto this location, we do see Athena on the way for Swiss Boy. So there's no surprises here. This is something that we've seen from Zeus players more and more as the games are going on, as these team games are coming on, as we do see a bit of a cheeky shockwave over here as the Oracle's coming in. Is he going to be able to get the Citizen kill here? He's got a power block just a little bit, and the Citizen gets to safety. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge shockwave from Mike Torres. Uses the Prometheus God Power there, Valor, but does not get the Citizen kill. 1 HP remaining. We'll simply move this one back into the base, and that's never going to get picked off here in this game. Absolutely huge. The Citizen actually almost gets picked off there by the Promethean as it gets chased back, and in fact pretty much gets sniped down there as Mike Torres does lose that one. The Citizen going to be moving away. Now, do remember this was spied, so he's got to be careful where he sends this one, as it could get picked off very, very simply here in this game. If we move over here, we are seeing the only one dropping down his longhouses. He's going for Ulfsarks again in this game. We see the Ulfsarks already out for Shadowfax, though. He is very speedily producing these ones, as Shadowfax will spot this longhouse coming down over on this position, and we do see the Forest Fire getting dropped over here, but it looks like the Villager does get sniped. There it is. Dead Villager. The only one coming in, harassing UCA's Hero OP over here, making things very, very difficult, as we are seeing Swiss Boy starting to get going now. He's getting himself double hoplites here. This is something that we saw Squash do recently, where Squash was playing against the Loki and just said, you know what? I'm not going to bother with Toxotes. They're too slow. Let me go for the hoplites. They're not that fast, 4.7 speed, but they're not that bad. And while they're only like 0.1 speed behind the Loki Herser, or 0.1 speed, 1.0 speed behind the Hall of Fame's Herser. So you see Forest Fire getting dropped down over there as the Temple's going to get targeted down. They're fast enough to move around the map and apply pressure if your opponents go over and start doubling and all that other good stuff. This is really, really smart by Swiss Boy. I love this idea, not going for the Toxotes here, and he's going to be taking down this Temple, causing absolute mayhem in Pelisoso's base over here as medium infantry coming through for Shadowfax as he's moving around with these Ulfsarks searching for something to take out. Meanwhile, we are seeing the Mike Torres units searching over here onto Hero OP's base as the Temple goes down. The Herser start getting picked off. Swiss Boy microing this one fairly nicely here. Pelisoso will not want to fight this at all just yet. We're seeing SARRISA coming through super early here from Swiss Boy as well. This is a little bit spicy here from Swiss Boy going SARRISA. That's going to help his hack armor for these hoplites crazily here, as the Fury team a little bit out of sorts here, as the only one coming in to take the double, but taking his time over here as we see Restoration getting dropped onto this position as SARRISA just about to pop. That's going to help out so much. None of those hoplites have been picked off, and Swiss Boy will have to retreat back. He should be calling on Shadowfax to come over, as Mike Torres is going to be harassing Shadowfax just a little bit over here. SARRISA is in now. Look at that hack armor, 41%. Nice micro here from Swiss Boy, pulling his Minotaur away. Going to be bashing one of those Ulfsarks away there as the hoplites are able to almost clean up this fight. 1v2 here. This is going to change the shape of what Zeus can do here in these team games, deciding to go for nothing but hoplites in this situation. So strong, absolutely dismantling this Norse army. Norse needs to make throwing action generally against these mass hoplite armies, but they just haven't. And Swiss Boy's early SARRISA timing here has paid off in huge dividends. If we take a quick look at what this actually costs, it only costs 200 wood, and favor is effectively free. The first little bit of favor is effectively free for Zeus. He gets 15 favor, right? So he only had to gather 50 resources worth of basically wood there over that. So if we just call it 250 wood, that's cheaper than an armory, and that is, well, not cheaper than an armory. It's cheaper than an armory and the copper mail upgrade. So it makes perfect sense to do that in this situation, as now we're going to see Swiss Boys say, you know what, I've had enough of being doubled, so I'm going to go double now. We're going to start hitting the only one over here and seeing what can happen. Meanwhile, Hero OP seemingly has recovered now, as we do see big shockwaves coming in as the Ulfsarks from Shadowfax moving in onto this position. We see a second town center as well coming up for Shadowfax over here with just a handful of Ulfsark as the army pushing back on this position. And we see the hoplites hitting the town center now. There are 17 hoplites going after this town center as the dwarves going to be getting pulled off, going to start shanking away, trying to take down these hoplites as fast as they can. There's no restoration remaining here as the Herso moving back from Pelisoso. The town center getting awfully close to getting picked off here, but Swiss Boy, he's going to lose a lot of these hoplites here, even after killing the town center. Is it going to be enough of a trade here? You do have to remember town centers cost 700 resources. That roughly equates to 7 hoplites, a little bit more, maybe 8 hoplites, but that's roughly what Swiss Boy lost to take that one out. So a big play here as the army's moving in onto this position. We see Shadowfax has his 2 town center. Tons of units in here. Hero OP helping out a whole bunch. The only one getting very, very hurt here in this game after losing that town center. The hoplites here for Swiss Boy need to distract away from that position over here. Meanwhile, on this position, we do see the Raven has spotted these villagers hunting over there. So Swiss Boy going to be taking those ones out nicely here, as the Mike Therese units have to pull back. Mike Therese still in a decent position here, but his team has taken a walloping in the early stages of this game, as Shadowfax is going to decide, you know what, those Hersa can't deal with those just yet. No heroes, really, just a couple. So going to be pulling back away from this position and thinking about when he can take the next fight. So we do see a second town center coming up now for both Mike Therese and Shadowfax here, as the Prometheans getting taken down. We see the hoplites marching around the Only One's base, taking down more and more of these villages and this infrastructure over here. It's going to be a tough time for the Only One to find his way back into this game, as we see an incredibly late Hall of Thanes coming through for Pelisoso here. 11 minutes and 15 seconds just about to come through, but that's going to be a big help for his Herso to chase down those hoplites. But now the hoplites, they're ready to take a fight here, it would seem. 20 hoplites in onto this location, going to be able to take out those Herso easily here. He's also got the Odysseus here if he needs to, but you do have to be careful. This town center will be finished midway through this fight, it would seem here, as Swiss Boy says, all right, let's take this fight quickly and see what we can do. We see the Odysseus should actually start focusing down that troll immediately here, but the Hersa, they're continuing to take this fight as best as they can. The Hoplites able to win this one, it seems, fairly easily, as we see the Ulfsark coming through for Shadowfax. He's got so many Ulfsark here. Mike Therese with his 2 town centers, moving in with his medium. Mermillo going to try and help out as best as he can over here, as the troll is going to get taken down. How many Hoplites left? We've got 12 left. Should be enough to actually take the town center down, but Mike Torres is in here, and Shadowfax now, he is going up through Scardy. This is going to be absolutely huge, as the Hoplites are retreating away. The Ulfsark as well, as it looks like there are no blue units currently over here. They're looking for raids in the middle of Mike Therese's base, getting a couple of villager kills here. It would seem absolutely huge there, as Swiss Boy deciding, yep, we can win this fight with the help of Shadowfax. Shadowfax does not have any upgrades on his infantry just yet. Lone Wanderer just now about to come through for the only one here, as his Ulfsark's getting cleaned, and it's just feeling like a little bit of a 3v2 here from Fury, as UCA says, all right, let's just allow Hero OP to continue getting bigger and bigger, getting his town center over here. We see the town center coming up for Shadowfax on this position over here. There's no third town center just yet for Swiss Boy, but he's going to be able to throw it down very, very soon. I'm sure his farm's starting to come out, doesn't feel comfortable moving forward to eat this hunt. That makes perfect sense to not be doing that over there, as we see the Odysseus getting taken down on that position there, as Pelisoso can now start looking to utilize these Herso a lot nicer here with his Hall of Thanes here, as now we see Hero saying, I'm going to take the opportunity to start killing off these as well. Meanwhile, we've got a lot of villagers over on this position that haven't been scouted just yet by UCA. They could go in there, clean those up. We see Mike Therese coming in here, trying to push back, as Hero OP has to pull back. We see an early marker down for Shadowfax. Shadowfax is relatively known for doing this. This is going to be a very early tier here from Shadowfax, He might decide to go through. Balder though, as he's had a lot of booming, and he does actually decide that one there instead of the Fimbulwinter. We do see a big Frost onto this position. How many Citizen has he cleaned up here? Three Citizen, 4 Citizen, 7 Citizen here. It seems have been clicked in that Frost. That is 20 plus Citizen here, or effective villagers that have been cleaned up in a Frost, plus the army. Absolutely huge by Shadowfax. Complete abuse here. Mike Therese in a terrible position as we see these villagers happily on that hunt over there. The Herser roaming around, still haven't found all too much. As now we see Swiss Boy's army coming through. He's getting himself medium infantry here. Bronze weapons coming through for Shadowfax as he wants those rag heroes to do crazy amounts of damage. And in that moment, the only one deciding the game is done. Mike Therese taps out Pella Soso. Going to be following suit shortly here. UCA Owls comes in with an incredibly disgusting strategy here. The Fury team started off incredibly well. They really hurt Hero OP's early game here, but the problem was that Swiss Boy was just able to take this 1v2 just too easily. I don't know. I mean, there was Restoration, which is huge. There was SARRISA, which was huge, but I think a little bit more coordination on that fight from the only one and Polososo could have resulted in a win in that fight. I think there was a little bit of not fighting at the same time, retreating away from the Restoration, when maybe it's better to just sit there and take that fight, dealing a little bit of damage. Could have been a way forward here for Fury, but they just weren't able to survive there. And if you get behind against these big teams, they are not going to take their foot off the gas. You have to figure out a way back into the game, and that's by attacking weak spots, like attacking the villages, attacking straggler units, all that good stuff. You can't be letting them dictate the pace completely. You have to get in and do little cheeky shenanigans left, right, and center and see what you can do. But this is what we got. This is what we have to look forward to. These incredibly strong teams and all of the good stuff that is going to come from them. If you guys enjoyed these games, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.